Yeah, no, 100%. And so I was going through your content earlier, and I picked up on the fact that you had experienced some censorship online. And I want to dive into that because there's been a few videos that I've posted from the podcast that touched on subjects like COVID or the voting situation from this last election, and my videos were all getting taken down, flagged, and I'm like, at one point you kind of say to yourself, because sometimes they'll make it seem, when I mean they, in this situation it was Facebook. As I'm typing it out, the AI within that system can pick up on everything that's being done as it's being done. So keywords would just trigger things left and right. And it would literally say that, well, whoops, something went wrong. Looks like we can't post right now. They like try to make it seem like internet connection is off or some crap like that. Like, tell me a little
So
bit
dirty.
about like what you had to go through.
Sure thing. So what I was deplatformed. I'd say twice because it was on two separate social media companies.
So you are like Alex Jones. I don't know what you're talking about.
I could only wish. Alex Jones he has unmatched energy.
That guy, he's something else, man.
Confident enough to take his shirt off while he's streaming and stuff. And that's, I mean, I'm confident to go swimming and stuff. I'm an islander. I look good in the water. But to strut around or do it on camera and stuff, I'm not there yet. So it'll probably take a little more, I don't know, fluoride laced frogs or cocaine for me to get to that.
That's what I'm saying. Some more lizard people coming through.
The lizard people, the Illuminati Freemasons, Queen of England isn't real. I don't know. So it's happened twice. I've been bumped off of social media, but it was with Facebook and Instagram. So technically same ownership and stuff, but separate platforms. Okay. So I wasn't surprised when after Facebook happened that Instagram eventually did, but it was surprising because it took a bit. And what happened with Facebook was I had my original Facebook profile, Brock Sutton Allen, with Kabeia Rineaki in parentheses, I think afterwards, just so that if anybody was looking for me for my birth islander name, they'd be able to find it. And if people were still wanting to find me by my American white name, they'd be able to find that too. And I had this account since middle school. And I had added friends from so many random things, from like scout camps, from church camps, from sports, from parties or whatever, just all over the place, all over the country. And I was getting up to, I think, 3,000 friends and stuff. So it wasn't like, I wasn't like a big deal, but I was definitely a Facebook power user, meaning I spent too much time on there and I had fully leveraged myself onto that platform. And I thought I was invincible because in my experience, when people got deplatformed, it was for whack reasons, and it was usually because somebody said that they were Nazis or something, and I was like, nobody could be silly enough to think that me, a 100% Gilbertese Pacific Islander, would possibly get bumped off for being called a Nazi or something else, something else silly or whatever. I thought that these sort of names wouldn't stick on me. Because I had the race card to play, and it was an obscure one. It was an appropriately hipster race card to play. Like, oh, it's I'm Gilbertese. You might not have ever heard of it or something. Just like I thought I was in the clear, but apparently not. And after repeated strikes for the most inane things, the first one I remember was like years back, and it was for being an admin, or maybe not even an admin, and moderator for a blacklisted Facebook page. It was a pro military, like super conservative page that posted tons of memes and stuff. It was just like, go America, also buy our camo gear and stuff. And like, and every once in a while it dived into some edgy political stuff, but it was like kind of like a Kirkland brand grunt gear or grunt wear or whatever, one of those
Okay.
conservative camo apparel,
Yeah, yeah.
street fashion, whatever that you see all over the place. Um, that was it. And I hadn't even posted anything on it, but my account got flagged. My personal account got flagged through that page as a moderator because
Because you
just
just
by
connected to
association.
it. Yeah.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, that's silly. That's random. It'll never happen again, probably. And I'll decline any other offers to moderate a page that I'm not in complete control of. And so I eventually went on to build up a following with several uh, meme or gimmick accounts, and as well as like broadly political ones, and almost all predominantly conservative ones. Some of them were just like dumb meme ones. The one that I'm sure got me in trouble, flagged me, but I was never notified, was hold journalists accountable with a rope. And it wasn't supposed to be like a direct, just like let's hang the members of the
Yeah.
press. It was a dude with a lasso. I made it very clear that it was a dude with a lasso, and he was chasing after a bunch of people with cameras and stuff. And they're like, "Run away!" And they're holding up big TV cameras, and he's just like, "I'm gonna rope you up, and then I'm gonna lasso you and stuff." And that was the picture. So
Yeah.
I thought that
An
was
obvious
enough.
joke.
Yeah, it was tongue in cheek enough, and all it did was it allowed for people to. It was both a I think it was primarily a group, and then we were starting to build a page around it, but it's primarily a group that we were adding members from other popular pages or groups and stuff that let people talk about when they were seeing journalists kind of goof up and not do their job right, or when they
Yeah.
would say one thing and then immediately say the opposite thing,
Yeah.
because there was always that hypocrisy of just like, it's bad when a conservative does this. Also, how brave of a liberal for doing the exact same thing that we just bashed
Right.
2 months
Yeah.
ago. And it was the best if it was the same author. I loved it when that happened. It was pure poetry. Uh, and my heart sang every time we had those memes or we had those sort of articles screenshotted side by side. And I Hypocrite was another big page, both on Facebook and Twitter, that did an amazing job. That sort of built the foundation of that we were building off of.
Platforms at Appropriate Culture. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.